In the shifting political and environmental landscapes of South Sudan, Myanmar, and Mali, humanitarian crises burgeon with an urgency that demands global attention. South Sudan, a nation still fledgling in its independence, finds itself ensnared in a perfect storm of crises. Daily, the lives of over 8 million South Sudanese hang in a precarious balance, caught between severe food shortages and the unceasing violence of armed conflicts. Families are scattered. Over 1.4 million individuals wander their homeland as strangers, driven from their homes by a tempest of violence. Scores more have sought refuge beyond the nation's borders, fleeing into uncharted territories in search of safety and sustenance. The ceaseless rains compound their woes, floods of historic proportions dislocating communities anew and thwarting the already stumbling stride of humanitarian efforts. In Myanmar, the hope that blossomed briefly post-democracy has been eclipsed by the military's iron-fisted resurgence. With it came a torrent of violence, leaving in its wake over 2 million displaced souls. Amidst the cacophony of clashes, nearly 19 million people stand in the shadows of need. Political unrest intermingled with climate disasters like raging cyclones transforms the landscape into one fraught with challenges for aid workers and survivors alike. In Mali, the north and central regions portray a tableau of despair. One can almost touch the tension in the air as attacks by armed groups amplify, feeding into a vicious cycle of violence and insecurity. The exit of international peacekeepers has fashioned a vacuum, swiftly occupied by chaos and anarchy. As millions face the rise of food insecurity and escalating assaults on civilians, the infrastructure for aid delivery is crumbling under pressure. Across these lands, the narrative is the same: strife born of conflict compounded by climate and economy. Global organizations toil diligently to provide succor, yet face formidable barriers in the guise of violence, logistical constraints, and ever-depleting resources.